Good evening, folks. Welcome to this week's episode of Beer Rating with Sean Connors, February 25th, so still in the middle of the pandemic. Hope everybody is doing well, taking care of themselves and their family. The beer we have tonight, as you can see, it's a red ale. And it's a red ale from a local brewery here in Newfoundland, Ninepenny Brewery. The name Ninepenny is slang, well, Ninepenny itself is an old English slang word for beer from the 1800s, 1860s, I believe. As well, the community, or the town of Conception Bay South, was originally 9 communities that came together to form Conception Bay South. So it's a little bit of a nod to the 9 communities as well. The brewery was established 2017, so not very old. I believe it's probably one of the newer breweries in this area, at least on the Avalon Peninsula. It's 5.5% alcohol. As I said, a red ale. So red ale, probably going to get a little bit of a tinge to it. Not overly hoppy, which that's a plus for me. And we might get a hints of caramel, toffee, something like that. Anything else? Not much on the bottle itself, so we'll just crack it open and see what we got. Old-fashioned cap here. Sort of like an old-fashioned beer bottle, a little bit bigger, I think, 500 mils. I already given my glass a quick cold water rinse. A buddy of mine, actually one of my neighbors, is just back in town. He's away for I think 7 weeks. So since he's back, he's actually in quarantine for the next 2 weeks. I believe he's up in the trailer park. So I'm going to dedicate this episode to Ira. Because I know he's going to be watching later on because he's stuck in a trailer for 2 weeks, bored out of his trees, drinking a few beers. Well, he's drinking Budweiser light, so it's not really beers, but all the same, Ira, I hope you get by your 2 weeks. Hope it goes quickly and you get home to your family. Alright, so it is a little bit darker than I expected, but that's some red ales here, you know, some of them you can see the red easily, and other ones like this, not so much, but if you do put it up to the light, it is most definitely red. I'm not sure, I used to have a flashlight here, I'm not sure how well you can see it. It's not much of a flashlight. But I'm just going to zoom in, just see if you can see the reddish tinge. I'm not sure if you will or not, but bear with me, folks, and we'll see what we got here. Like I said, it's quite dark. But even the head itself, you can see almost like a little bit of a reddish tinge. So, I'll put the light to it, and as you can see, there's definitely some reddish to it. Which you expect because, as the name implies, it's a red ale. Alright, so I had a little bit of head there. Now, we'll take a taste and see where we go from there. As I said, a little bit of caramel toffee, definitely getting that there. For me, it's similar, but very faintly similar to the taste you might get from some stouts or porters. Now, stouts and porters, I find, especially stouts, are the mouth feel is kind of like creamier, so you're not going to get that in there. But as I said, a lot of red ales, you get a taint of either caramel, toffee, something like that. With that being said, if you tried a porter and stout and it didn't do it for you because you found it a little bit too strong or overwhelming, you may want to try one of these. And I must say, it's actually pretty good. I'm enjoying it. Yeah, it's definitely got, I don't want to say a strong flavor, but a unique flavor. Definitely flavorful. As I said before, the difference between ales and lagers. Lagers, as North Americans, I mean, that's our most common beer. Labatt's our Budweiser or Coors. And generally they're known as more clean, clear, and crisp, whereby ales generally are more complex. The more complex aroma, more complex flavor, just generally more complex. And with that being said, I'm definitely getting that there. I have to get a rating. My ratings are always out of 5. So a 1 being a drain pour, don't like it, can't finish it. A 2 would be, yeah, I'm not a big fan, but I don't want to waste my beer, so I'll finish it. A 3 would be a good beer, a 4 would be a very good beer, and a 5 would be the best beer ever. With that being said, This one is no lower than a 3, but I don't think it's quite a 4 for me, and these are just my own personal preference. There's no science or anything else involved. So I'm thinking either a 3 or a 3.5, and if anybody has gone watched my earlier videos, that's not a bad rating whatsoever. So it's definitely a good beer. But how good is it? I think I'm giving this one a 3.5. With that being said, I've done it before where I said, say if a beer is if I'm debating with 3.5 and a 4, I might say it's a strong 3.5. This one I wouldn't quite go that far. It's definitely a 3.5, so it's between good and very good. But I wouldn't say it's a strong 3.5. It's just a 3.5. So take it as you may. If you're a local viewer, by all means, pick it up, give it a try, and let me know what you think. So here you go, folks. Until next brew, as always, enjoy responsibly for the Ninepenny Brewery's Farmers Riot Red Ale 3.5. Until next brew, cheers. Enjoy responsibly.